Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of Kingdoms. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I am having a great day, and the first episode of Kingdoms has just come out for me. I remember I'm backlogging a little bit because I'm going on a trip to Wisconsin. By the time you see this video, I will be back either tomorrow or the day after. But the first episode of Kingdoms has just come out, and I want to thank you guys so much for the support on that first episode. It's been incredible. I was blown away. So thank you so much for that. What I want to do in today's episode is I want to work on this area right here a little bit. Just make it look a little prettier. Right now we have this house, and we've got our warehouse that we built last episode. I'm thinking what I want to do here is I want to have kind of a pathway that leads up to the house, and I'm thinking this is going to be kind of the town center, right? Like we're going to have a relatively small little fishing village here, a couple more buildings and houses around, but I'm thinking right here this is going to be like a well, and then around the well we'll have some pathways and some other sorts of things. So let's see what we can kind of get accomplished here. I want to grab a little bit of oak. I did do a little bit of resource gathering between episodes. Not a ton, but a little bit. We're going to need these fences, and I'm going to need just a couple more. That should be enough. Good. And then let's grab some cobblestone stairs and some cobblestone. I'm running really low on cobblestone. I actually need to go mining just so I can get some cobblestone. That's kind of a crazy thing to say. And then let's grab, I thought I had a bucket somewhere. Did I put it under tools? Do I not have a bucket? Maybe I don't. I thought I did. Okay, well, you know what? Let's make two of them actually, because I'm gonna want an infinite water source, because I want to start with the well. Okay, so there's that, and then I want to grab some spruce slabs and a couple spruce stairs. Okay, now the well is going to go, I'm thinking like right about here, right? I don't want it to be directly in front of the door. I want it to be kind of, in fact, I think I want to scoot it this way just a little bit. We want it kind of to be off-centered, just a little. And then we're going to kind of dig this out like so. Okay, lovely. Now, put that back, and we're going to go cobble, 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 all the way around like that. Lovely. Now, I want a couple of logs, and then I need a little bit of water over here. So let's go 1, 2. And we want to do the bottom layer first. Otherwise, it's going to be all weird. So we're going to have a little bit of a well here, and this will be kind of the center of town, as I said. It's very, very simple well design. Like, you could just pop this out like almost instantly, and we'll kind of bring it up like so. There we go. And there's the well down there. Now, I want to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think I want that to go 1 higher. Yeah, that feels a little better to me. And then we'll put a slab and a slab and a slab and a slab. There we go. And then we want this part to go up like so, and come out like that. There we go. So that kind of gets a little bit of a well shape. Very simple. Nothing super fancy, but it gets the job done. And then on top, I think I want to go like so. Right? So we'll have something along those lines. And we could even tear those out relatively. Oh, that was a... No, it's fine. It's fine. I was going to say, oh no, now the water's going to get out, but it's okay. Some of it fell in. There we go. Lovely. So a little bit of a small town well, and I think this'll serve a nice purpose and kind of a little bit of a center point, right? It's a little bit big, but you know, it's the well for the whole town, so it makes sense. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to kind of do like a pathway that sort of goes around, leads to the warehouse, all this other kind of stuff. So I'm thinking, I'm kind of thinking we want to be making use of coarse dirt, and I actually have this much dirt and no gravel whatsoever. So if we're going to make coarse dirt, I'm going to have to do a little bit of resource gathering. So I think, given that I need cobblestone, and given that I need gravel, I think I'm going to go mining for a little bit. And I'll see what I can come up with, and we'll see if maybe we can, you know, get the resources we need to continue this project. All right, guys, I'm back from my mining adventure, and I think we are good to go. I probably spent maybe, I don't know, 15 minutes, half an hour mining. Not super long, but long enough that we should be able to make ourselves a couple stacks of coarse dirt. And is there anything else I'd want to use? Probably a little cobble. And probably that's about it, I think. Oh, and some spruce fences, although we'll need to make more, which is perfectly fine. I should have a bunch of sticks over in here. Yep, that's what I thought. So let's go like so, and like so. That should be plenty. There we go. So here's what I'm thinking, right? We want a pathway that leads up to here. So we're going to start kind of tearing out. I don't want this pathway to be like super defined. I want it to be kind of organic and spotty-ish. You know what I mean? Like, it's probably easier to just show rather than attempt to tell. It's kind of hard to explain. But basically, we're going to do something like this. So the pathway is here, right? But it's kind of broken up, I guess. And then we'll also take our shovel and do little bits here and there to kind of not only add a little bit of depth to it, but also kind of break it up a little bit, right? So basically our mix here is grass, coarse dirt, and then path block. And I think that works. Like, I think that's a pretty good look. And we're going to kind of probably wrap it this way. We want it to go right up against the well for sure. So let me just kind of get to doing this, and I'll be back with you in a sec. All right, guys, I am back, and it's all good for the most part anyway. There's still a couple minor like finishing touches that I want to kind of add here. But basically, you can see we've got this nice little kind of well area, and it's fenced off. And look, the idea is that this is a path, and this is an area that would be walked on a lot, and the roads would be a little bit worn out. Now, down the road, I may want to come back here and add in like some brown concrete powder or something like that. But at the moment, we don't have access to cocoa beans, so brown concrete powder, not an option right now. I do want to add one thing, and we'll find bones over here. Here we go. I'd like to bone meal this just a little bit, not a lot, just enough to get a little bit of grass growing in a couple of spots. So let's see here. Maybe like right here, maybe one there, a little bit there, a little bit over here, and a little bit over there, right? So just not a lot, just a little bit of tasteful bone mealing, so to speak. Let's take a little bit of a nap here real quick. That chicken farm is so loud. If I should have thought of that, but we're not going to live in this house forever. It's fine. It is working. We're getting there. I think we're up to like 18 chickens or something like that. It's getting there. It's still got a ways to go, but I'd also kind of like to bone meal out here, but I really don't want these. I just wanted like one. Yeah, that seems pretty good. And then I'd like to bone meal this pathway a little bit as well. Just a little bit of tasteful bone mealing, right? Like, we don't want to have all this stuff over here. We just want a little bit kind of in the path. Now, ultimately, we'll be probably bone mealing a good chunk of this around, around this back area and stuff. But at the moment, I just want a little bit, just a teensy bit, right? Just a little. Maybe do something like that. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Okay, so we've got this all finished up, I think. Except I see one more spot I want to bone meal. There we go. Looking pretty good. We want to get rid of most of these, if not all of them. Maybe a little bit over here. Get rid of these guys. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Awesome. Okay, so it's a nice little well area. It's a nice little centerpiece for the village as a village center, and it gives us a theme to kind of expand upon. And that's obviously quite important. So I think the next thing I want to do after I throw some stuff into the chest where it belongs, let's see, you will go in here. You will go in there, and I have 2 flowers. Well, you know what? I know where those go. They go over on the other side, right? I'm still trying to, like, learn where everything is in my storage because we just built the warehouse, so it's going to take a little while for me to adapt to it. Yeah, here we go. Single flowers there. And I want to grab a bed because we, my friends, are going exploring. So you guys have seen the map that I put up in the first episode. And if you want to see another version of it, you can basically take the seed that is in the description of the video. You can see it down in the description. Take the seed and plug it into like Mine Atlas or Amidst or something like that to get an idea of our surroundings. Long story short, if I remember correctly, northwest of us, a little ways, is a jungle. Now, I was speaking a minute ago about how we don't have access to cocoa beans to make brown concrete powder. I'd kind of like to fix that. So I want to go and head to the jungle and grab some of those lovely jungle resources, right? Some cocoa beans. I'd like to get some jungle wood saplings, just so we have access to jungle wood. I would like to probably get some melons as well. I have found pumpkins just kind of out and about in the world, but you can see the results of some of my deforestation trips out here where I've been chopping down trees and stuff. But this way is northwest, and I think this is kind of where I want to go to see if maybe we can find a jungle. Also, I know there's an ice plains and an ice plains spikes biome around here somewhere as well. We're totally going to be building a kingdom there eventually. I want to get kind of a starter village going. I have so many ideas for different kingdoms that I want to build this season. It's going to be awesome, but one thing at a time. You know, we can't do too much at once, otherwise we're going to end up all over the place. And we have to prioritize some kind of survival things, right? Like we need to make sure we have access to certain resources. Honestly, I want to get to the end fairly soon so we can fight the Ender Dragon. I'm going to have to resurrect the Ender Dragon, but we'll deal with that. And the big thing is I need a good source of experience because we have these tools because we finally got access to our Ender Chest a few episodes ago. However, they have mending, but I have no way to repair them. I don't have a good source of experience. So that's kind of an issue. Ooh, maybe the jungle is not northwest. Maybe the Ice Plains and Ice Plains Spikes is northwest, and I'm losing my mind because I'm pretty sure jungle biomes and ice biomes do not spawn right next to each other. Because you're supposed to get kind of like a temperate sort of idea. There's also a flower forest right here. It looks like a really small one, but we might be able to make use of that. I know there's also a flower forest like way off in that direction, a couple hundred blocks, but we might be able to do something with this. Make like a flower farm. I don't think I've ever actually made a flower farm. ever, like, in Minecraft. So that could be kind of a fun project at some point. I am going to take this opportunity to get a little bit of packed ice, because we'll want it for our, for some kind of technical builds that we do over the course of this season. Look what I see off in the distance. Check it out. We found ourselves a jungle. So, the jungle, I was actually relatively close. The jungle is not northwest of our little village, of our house. It's actually like, wow. There was a little bit of lag there. Just a bit. I don't know if I completely agree that creeper should have exploded. Whatever. Anyway, the jungle is actually like due west of where we're starting. West, and actually expanding all the way into the southwest of where we're starting. So, yeah, I looked it up using MineAtlas. It's a website, mineatlas.com. You can plug in a seed and it'll show you a map of the world. I'm going to take these pumpkins. Now, I need to be a little careful with my axe because, like, I'm almost out of durability, but I do want these pumpkins so we can eventually make a pumpkin farm, because on my to-do list for this season, I want to make a villager trading hall. We're actually going to do it this time. I've attempted like twice to do this in season 1, and both times I was not able to finish it. But it's on my to-do list this time. I want to do some villager stuff. I don't want to go like super crazy. I don't need like a ridiculous trading hall, but I want to have a good villager trading system, right? I also want these cocoa beans, please. Pretty please. And I think if you break these with fortune, like you have a chance to get more than if you don't break them with fortune. If they're fully grown, that is. But let's just kind of do a little bit of this. I want to start getting some I'd like to get just a couple of jungle saplings as well while we're here, so we can take them back with us. And then if we need jungle wood, I don't think I'm going to need a whole lot of jungle wood right now. It's not a wood that I tend to use all that often because I don't think it blends very well with that many things. It certainly blends very well with some materials, like coarse dirt and jungle wood is a match made in heaven. They're like the exact same color tones. But for the most part, I don't use jungle wood that much because I think it's kind of an ugly color for like buildings. I think it needs to be used in moderation, and there's nothing wrong with that. I actually like jungle wood as a block. I think it certainly has its uses. It's just not one that I would want to build like an entire house of, because then you end up with like a pink house, and I don't think that's ideal. However, I definitely do want to get some jungle wood saplings because there are going to be times when we are going to want to have jungle wood. Like, that's definitely a thing we're going to want. I also want to grab any cocoa beans that I can find right now, because we're going to want to make a cocoa bean farm at some point too. And they're pretty easy. It's very easy to make like a semi-automatic cocoa bean farm. I don't know if it's actually possible to make a fully automatic cocoa bean farm just because they require you to replant the cocoa beans. I suppose you could make like an AFK-able one that would involve like pushing pistons or so. I think it would be possible, but I think a semi-automatic cocoa bean farm will suit our needs just fine. Now, the question is, where in the world are those trees that we already chopped down? This is the problem with jungles, right? Like, if you want jungle wood saplings, you need to chop down the tree, and then you basically have to babysit the tree, because if you don't, you'll never find the thing again. So, yeah, I suppose we could use our fortune pick. Oh, there was a sapling right there. Look at that. That was quick. We could use our fortune pick to get a little bit of the saplings that we need here. I should have brought shears with me as well, so I could get some vines. In fact, I wonder if there's any exposed iron over here, because if there is, we only need like 2 iron. It's a little bit of coal. I'm gonna take that just in case. I don't see iron at all, though, so we might be a little bit out of luck as far as that goes. But we'll have plenty of chances to find vines. And we know that this is here as well, so it should be perfectly fine. There's another... Is that jungle? No, that's oak. Okay, that's fine. Any junglewood saplings chilling over here? Doesn't look like it. If I can get, 4 saplings, I'll be... Well, I've got 2. That's probably enough. That's probably enough to get started. You just gotta plant them in such a way that they have the maximum chance to drop saplings, because jungle trees drop way less saplings than any other type of tree, except for dark oak, which drops the same amount of saplings, but you need 4 of them to grow. So it ends up basically being kind of hard to maintain. You actually have a relatively good chance to run out of dark oak saplings, amazingly. Ooh, I heard a parrot. I see the parrot. We're getting parrots. We're hopefully getting parrots. Hey, hold still. You. Okay. Are we friends now? Do you both love me? I can tell you to sit. Okay, gotcha. So they're just gonna have to follow me, which is fine, but we got some parrots. That's pretty cool. Are you a new one, or are you the same one? A different one. That's the same one that we had before. Okay, that's fine. I'd love to find, a jungle temple. That looks like a jungle temple on cue. Did you see that? That wasn't even planned. That totally looks like a jungle temple. I'm gonna get some of these cocoa beans, though. There we go. And then let's check this thing out. I want to take a peek at it. And these guys will just teleport to me, so this is all good. Actually... If I break vines with a silk touch axe, right? That doesn't... Yeah, I didn't think so. Had to check, though, right? I was pretty sure it didn't, but it was worth double checking to make sure. So where is the entrance to this jungle temple? I have a feeling it's over here. Buried in the side of the hill. Yeah, it generated a little funny. That's okay. We'll break our way in. No big deal. So, come on. Yep, there we go. I don't have very many torches, so we'll have to kind of be a little bit careful, and you probably just want to break in here and take this stuff like so. Although interestingly, I'm out of storage space. I want the gold. I don't really need the cobble. Cobble's easily replaced. Horse armor could be useful. I don't really need 1 jungle leaf, so we'll take the bones, and then I'd really like to get that repeater. Let's get rid of 1 oak wood. That's fine. And I only have 3. Oh, that's right. These are also a thing. Let's just break all of that. Some arrows. Diamonds. Hey, that's not bad. Okay, what do I want to get rid of here? The oak sapling I don't need. And the spruce sapling I also don't need. I should have brought that shulker box with me. I didn't even think of it. I mean, it's fine. It's okay. And actually, I wouldn't mind taking these dispensers, too. There's so much stuff here that I'd love to get my hands on. Let's toss the seeds. I can replace those very easily. What did I pick up? Oh, a tripwire hook. Okay. Let's get rid of the lever. And give me the dispensers. I will take a little bit of the mossy cobble. I know it is possible to craft it, but if I can get it here for free without crafting it, why would I not do that? Okay. How much did we get? 16? That's not a lot, but it might be enough. What? There's nothing I want to get rid of. You know what? I think we're out. We're just gonna call it. We're gonna leave the jungle. Our parrots should teleport to us, and we need to go basically straight east. And that should take us home. And we got a pretty good haul of stuff. We got parrots. We got jungle wood, jungle saplings, melons. I think we got all the stuff that we need from the jungle, all the resources that we need. There's a couple things that I wouldn't mind grabbing, vines specifically, but I don't have the means to do that, so we'll just make do without it, and it'll be fine. And our parrots should, yeah, they're gonna keep teleporting to us if I get too far away, because I'm not using an elytra at the moment, so they can keep up, which is good, because that's not always the case. And we're gonna do a little bit of treetop parkour to get home, I think. Probably the easiest way. Assuming our parrots can keep up, and they should be able to. We're just walking, so. Also, I think I'm gonna let it stay night, because I am in need of ender pearls so we can get to the end. So if I come across any endermen, like, it would be great if we could kill them. And cows. You know what? Any cows I find are getting killed. What is hitting me? Oh, hi, spider. Come here. You're dead. There we go. Any cows I find, the more leather. Well, actually, I'm full on leather and steak, basically. So no more killing of cows because I don't have the inventory space to take the drops with me. But nonetheless, still a good strategy, I think. I mean, obviously, we have cows over at our house, and we have them in pretty large quantities. So I'm not overly concerned about killing off basically all the rest of the cows in the world. Because if I ever really need cows, I can always take them from my house. And my house should pretty much be, like, directly over here. Like, it should, I don't know if it'll come into sight because there is kind of an ocean in the way. But, like, just on the other side of that, that's a creeper. Oh, this is, okay, we're fine. Just on the other side of this, like, this is where we gotta go. So, ooh, can the parrots teleport to water? They're floating. Will they teleport over here? Yes, good. Okay, at least one of them. Nope, they're both there. All right, we're good. They teleported. We're fine. Okay, cool. And our house is still not visible yet. It's gonna come into view like any second. It's like right on. In fact, this might be the little bay. I don't think it is, though. Yeah, I think it's on the other side of that hill. But I think I'm going to head home. And you know what? We are pretty much out of time for this episode. So let me head home. And we will pick out a comment of the day. And I'll be back with you in just a second. All right, guys, I've made it home safe and sound. I've put away all of my stuff that I needed to put away, and I've picked out a comment. So today's comment is from Mike, and he says, what's the point of leaving everything you already accomplished behind? Just start a new kingdom. No need to do the early game grind all over again. So this was not the only comment along these lines. There was a couple people wondering, why in the world would I restart instead of just, starting a new kingdom and just continuing and not starting a new season. So there's a few reasons. First of all, it gives me an incentive. It gives me a reason to do some things that I haven't really had a reason to do for a while, like build certain farms in a slightly different way. I mean, what's the point of building a different mob farm when I already have a wonderful mob farm that works perfectly fine? What's the reason to build a different Enderman farm when the one I have works fine, and so on and so forth, things like that, right? It gives me a reason to explore. We actually went exploring today to find things that we didn't already have. That's something that hasn't happened in a long time in this world. Stuff like that. It also gives me, episode 150, I felt like it was a good kind of stopping point for a season, right? And it gives me a reason to come and do stuff that I haven't done in a while or that I haven't needed to do in a while. Sure, I could have started a new kingdom and just kept going in the same season, in the same area and everything like that. But I think this was a better idea. And the reason, another thing as well, is that, like it or not, I am a YouTuber full-time. This is my full-time job. This is what I do for a living, is make videos like this. And Kingdoms was not doing very well by the time episode 150 rolled around. And that's not surprising at all. I mean, basically with any Minecraft series, the longer, well, I shouldn't say Minecraft series. I should say basically with any Let's Play series of almost any type, the views and the interest in it are going to be much, much, much higher the earlier you are in the series. And as it goes on, those things will kind of drop off. You'll get people who are intimidated by the high episode number, right? Like someone finds my channel for the first time, they see this series that's episode 127, and they're like, man, I don't want to binge watch 125 episodes to get caught up. That's ridiculous. And there've actually been quite a few comments that are like, thank you for starting over. I was afraid to jump into this series because it had been going on for so long. And I think this is a good way to bring in new people, because when Kingdoms originally started in season 1 in May, that was only a couple months after I joined Hermitcraft. I don't remember exactly how many subscribers I had at the time or how many views I was getting per month or anything like that, but I do know that I was not even close to the point where I could do this full time. So, I mean, a lot has changed since then. The channel and the community around this channel has grown exponentially in the last year and a half. And I think this is a good way to take a lot of, to basically give those people who have joined the community since Kingdoms originally started almost a year and a half ago, a good opportunity to, jump into the series and be excited about it and feel like they can be here kind of from the ground floor. And it's still the same world. I mean, that's certainly not the only reason that I did this. As I said, I wanted to be able to do things again that I haven't done in a while, like go explore and find resources for the first time to, to make them available to us and all this other kind of stuff. But I'm very happy with my decision. I've been having so much fun these last 5 episodes. It's been absolutely awesome. Unfortunately, though, guys, I am very much out of time for this episode, so I think I'm going to go ahead and call this one right here. My friends, if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Links in the description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, my friends, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.